lot of guac on me, baby, I'm so extra. Yeah, a lot of guac on me, baby, I'm so extra. Yeah, a lot of guac on me, baby, I'm so extra. Lot of guac on me, baby, I'm so extra.
All right, everybody, good afternoon or good evening. Welcome to the Rogue Lamb podcast. I am Paul.
P Bizzle, this is Pierre, man. Y'all know the fuck I be, man.
Hey y'all, it's me, Ashley. I know y'all miss me. I'm back.
And also, I would like to welcome two of our very, very, very good friends. My boy Johari right here, man. What's going on? And Brianna, what up, guys? What's going
happening?
on? How y'all doing? Y'all blessed, man?
Yeah, everything's blessed.
Ooh, shit. Everything nice, man. Dude.
Live from the box, 107. That's how you sound.
Oh, well. Hey, at least I'm talking.
Yeah.
Man, Johari, how you doing, dog?
I'm good.
Dude,
Got the summer off.
It's been a minute. Welcome back to the
Yeah.
States, man.
Yeah.
Brianna, was you going too?
No, I was here.
Okay.
Hey, she's not on mic, man.
It don't matter. How's the trip, Johari?
It was good.
Dude,
You wanna come?
so what was going on, man? Why'd you leave?
Well, I went on a basketball tournament. And it was the Mediterranean Cup
Right.
in Spain. I went to Barcelona for about a week and a half.
Hey, I'm gonna ask the question everybody wants to know. Me, you dunk on a bitch or what?
That
Say yeah, man.
direct.
Dunk on a motherfucker or not, man?
I know we kind of jumped in, but tell everyone a little bit about yourself, Johari.
Well, I grew up Austin, Texas. Went to school with the host here. Been knowing them over half my life going on now. Other than that, I'm a teacher. I'm a middle school teacher. I play professional basketball on the side as well as I'm an artist. And I try to just stay diverse and keep my mind right. I'm very spiritual. You know, I follow a lot of Rastafari philosophy and,
gonna
you know,
touch on
otherworldly universal philosophies, you know.
Oh, man,
Okay,
see,
fucking-
yeah, he's real big on that, and you know, we've known each other for a long time, and over these years, we've all found our collective, you know, path or whatever. But Johari has some interesting stuff. So does Brianna, but both of y'all, just in general, you know. Y'all have always put us on some stuff. I know one thing that stays in my head is the secret book of birthdays. That fucked me up.
Yeah.
That fucked
We try
me up.
to give it to everybody.
Tell her about the book.
The secret is called the secret language of birthdays. And everybody's kind of more used to the zodiac, which is a little bit, I guess, a more general breakdown, which is still really good. It can be powerful in its own way. It definitely is, actually. But the secret language of birthdays gives you a more in-depth look at what the zodiac may bring to you. It kind of puts you in the middle of the day itself and all the universal boundaries and maybe open doors that you may or may not have knew that were inside of you. It kind of gives you some insight like that. Kind of like reading a mirror.
Right.
I think zodiacs are full of shit.
It's your perspective.
Does anybody agree? Yeah.
Your perspective.
I just saying, man.
I mean,
I feel like I watch people all day do these zodiac wars, man. I feel like
The
if people
Zodiac
take it
Wars
to like
is
a
dope.
not a zodiac war. I'm saying like people take it as like a gang or shit. It's Cancer season, like
Yeah, that's this dumb
Well,
shit.
And then
I don't
I feel
know.
like
I just feel like it is kind of a thing.
Nah.
I vibe really well with Leos. I'm an Aries myself, but Leos, everyone in my life, with the exception of maybe 3 people, are Leos.
I feel like they programmed you, man. I feel like they programmed you to.
No, I love it. Everybody, it makes sense. Like Cancer is very emotional.
I'm okay.
I don't like
I feel like
it.
everybody's
Oh,
emotional.
sorry.
I mean, it's all right, though.
So is a Pisces? Are Pisces emotional too? I don't know anything about my
Pisces not emotional. They just like
Emotional
man,
shit,
it's-
though, bro.
y'all are, but y'all
You're sensitive as hell.
My
Really,
brother
that's
is-
your sign.
My brother is sensitive. Yeah, my brother's
Y'all
sensitive.
are sensitive and very.
But I feel
very
like every
inside tip.
zodiac they kind of all say the same thing, just in a different way.
No,
I feel like one zodiac could be like one zodiac be like, hey, today you're gonna be really happy. You're gonna get on with the day. Then the next one be like, today you're gonna be cool, but you're gonna get on with the day. Like it's all the same shit. And at the end of the day, I don't know.
So you're
You
reading.
gotta
you're-
get a
you're
good
taking-
source.
I don't know. Give a
You're
fuck about that
taking,
shit,
it, you're
man.
taking it on face value, but it's your perspective. But you're not researching it, so I mean, you're not gonna.
To your
If you don't
defense,
care,
though, like when it
Um,
comes to things like that, most people get introduced to really watered down sources of it. So, like,
Yeah.
I feel like I understand what you're saying because there are a lot of really like generic
Yeah.
things out there that they know people will pay for. They know
got
people
this
will kind of get into.
See, look, it's like everybody wants to be diagnosed.
Tells me
Everybody
you're
wants
gonna have a
reason.
bad day
Yeah,
today. But keep
everybody wants a
rolling.
reason. It's almost like religion, dog. Everybody want a reason to be feeling some type of way. Like it's a bigger reason
feels
why I feel
good.
this way.
It's reassuring.
It's not. Maybe just fucked up, man. That's all it is. Maybe you just
I'm
mad.
about to-
Everybody need a reason. Yeah, go look
Well,
at
like,
mine. Go
we
tell
gotta-
me how I'm feeling. What I'm rocking with today.
Well, we got to
man.
separate the distinction because technically speaking, like this doesn't really coincide with religion.
Exactly.
Most religions would tell you not to do this, not to read a zodiac.
Exactly.
So like it's kind of a different thing because you kind of got to separate religion from general human spirituality, which everybody kind of has a general grasp on. You might not have such a concrete, understanding of it, but because religion is real cultural because it depends on where you're born, who your parents are, it's a lot of stuff like that. And then you have things that people can just feel. And I think a lot of people get that feeling from the zodiac, whether they are all into it or not. It just kind of feels like something is speaking to them on the inside.
Where does zodiacs come from? Like which part of like?
It's coming from a combination of mathematics and also not stargazing, astrology.
Astronomical shit, astrology.
Well,
all
Not
that bullshit.
astronomical, astrological.
It's coming from
Astrological? That's the word?
Astrological.
You didn't say that right.
Astrological.
You just say that right.
So we're both wrong.
Oh no,
It's mathematics mostly.
okay.
Well, it has like history behind it, like in Greek and Roman traditions. Like the zodiacs that people call out now are of the Greek and Roman history, and then those things are kind of stemming from African traditions, and because we all know how that kind of history of knowledge works. They kind of went in and replicated what they saw.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of history behind it. So when you ask where the zodiac came from, you kind of have to get into like who took it from who and what countries are doing what, because it's really like astrotheology. So it's like using the stars to kind of map out a higher intelligence.
Yeah, when I had because I had an opinion just like Pierre's about astrology from time to time, but then in the past, or not in the past, but recently, I dove in deeper and I kind of removed the stigma from it and just start researched it. And I did look up one man who started the practice, and or so how would you say brought up the idea. I don't know his name because I don't keep the notes, but I researched it late night. You don't keep that stuff open. You know how that goes. But yeah.
Okay.
I listened to it I read it a long time ago just on a whim. It wasn't that big of a deal. Well, it was something I was reading on that moment. So when I read it, I saw the guy and then I read about what he was doing and then the things he kind of inspired to happen, and then how people followed and what the practices were and where he derived it from. It was actually pretty interesting. But I really enjoy it though. I don't look at it for like, hey, what's your daily zodiac? But I like reading about it because it is pretty accurate.
You like to figure out what's wrong with you, right?
No, I'm just saying I like reading about it. I'm not saying that's what it is, but when it makes sense, you just pay attention to it. And if it makes sense, you can't deny that.
You know what makes sense to me?
What, weights, metal, what is it? Pre-workout?
Damn, dog.
What is it?
Do y'all believe in
Non-FDA
stuff in the universe? How
Like-
you
like karma,
like
energy.
one day, like your energy, like you're like, oh,
I do.
I want this to happen. I want this
do.
to happen. I'm tired of
Yeah.
it.
Definitely.
And boom.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like you put a lot of energy, like positive energy into yourself. I feel like shit just goes better. Like
Yes.
when you're not being negative all the time.
Definitely.
That's why I don't want to keep saying religion, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like I put all that power of believing in something else into myself.
That's how it's supposed to be.
But like that's kind of the trick to it all.
Yeah.
Like when you say the religion word, it's kind of like an existentialism versus a more introspective path. So if you say I'm putting all my power into myself, technically speaking, you're doing the right thing by default. But but if you take a little bit more knowledge and dig deeper into that, then you start to get into the manipulating your personal reality and you yourself coming into that power and utilizing it. And that's really what the knowledge is for. It's not even about being better than anybody or trying to convince. Because really and truly, if you live in a lifestyle that is that great and perfect, people should be able to watch you from a distance and then want to copy it. The same way they would like negative role models, maybe some rappers or drug dealers. Like people can see them prosper and they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense technically because they have money or they're having a successful lifestyle, they have connections. You should be able to have that same type of draw and appeal technically if you're trying to be any kind of spiritual. And you shouldn't have to convince nobody
See,
that the truth is
I like that. I like that a lot.
apparent. You know.
I didn't start grasping that concept until late in my 20s, man. And these days, it helps things make sense to me as far as like why don't I have that, or why isn't this going this way? And you kind of just have to fall back and just because once you focus on what you got to do, stuff happens, because it's like, here's your checklist, do your checklist, and your stuff happens. It's all it takes. It's just like, it's not that easy, but I'm saying that's what it is. Like you said, cracking the code.
But it really is, man. I feel like it is kind of that easy. Like if you just put, like what you said, it's basic, man. Focus on what you got to do what you got to do, and shit happens, but shit will fall into place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's all genuine order. Like, because the energy thing is really important when we said that, because that ties into frequency and vibration. Because like when you have all right. When people get into like the deeper,
that is fucked up. That is fucked up, my boy, man.
When people get into the deeper conversations about God and different things like that, and staying in the true path of God, and going down your righteousness, and they're really talking about you tapping into a genuine truth within yourself. That's why knowledge of self is important.
Yes.
So if you tap into a genuine truth or vibration within yourself, that frequency will carry it, and any action that you take in a genuine step, that God's going to be present technically based on the mathematics or the way that they're trying to explain it. Now, the word God is kind of confusing for everybody because that's a really young word.
Yeah.
That word hasn't really been around, it hasn't been attached to spirituality as long as people think. That's a word that,
as far as like, as long as like, what other words like God, you saying just God, like the way we say it?
Yeah, because first of all, God implies a singular force.
Yeah.
As opposed to where in a more indigenous lifestyle in history, say where African, Asiatic, South American countries, Native Americans, they were coming from a more universal standpoint in terms of the energy bodies, nature, looking at it as a collective, being attached to something, studying the stars. All of these things contribute into a body of God, as opposed to this singular force. Everybody look at it, it's kind of, that's really what throws people off, because we can sense that there's so much more than just one singular point that one culture or perspective is trying to get to.
Yeah.
So like that God word kind of puts you in a box immediately, when God is really more so just representing the intelligence that we can realize that is nature and that extends from Earth, which is the cosmos. So
I like
do
it a lot.
you feel like as far as like ignorance is bliss, like do you feel like people cop out into like figuring out what's really, like people take the easy way out? You're raised in, say we were raised as like Baptists, and we didn't question nothing. You feel like people don't question, so they don't have to figure out, like they don't have to learn more. Like it's easier to just be like, okay, that's how it is. That's how it is. I don't have to think too hard about it.
Yeah, and then there's like a lot of guilt attached to it, because
especially in like, I feel like Baptists, like shit. Every religion has their little pressure and shit, but
you want your family to still.
Yeah, we could have felt real.
If I told my grandma, like I did it before, I told her one time, I was like, I don't believe in that, and she snapped.
Man,
Don't let me insult. Yeah, don't let me flip. I joked one time about the Reverend. It was a joke,
she
bro.
about to strangle
She
him.
said, "Don't talk about him like that, as if he was." You know what I'm saying? I got that vibe, like he was almighty. I was like, I mean, shout out to my grandma. She was raised.
Shout out to Mary.
Yeah, she was raised.
No,
She was
definitely
raised around that, and I'm sure it was a lot more strict. Because now, people don't take religion that serious no more. I feel like people. I mean, it's not to sound cliche, but people are waking up more. They like religion's kind of, people joke about it more. People shit on it a little more. I mean,
our particular religion.
Yeah, y'all
do that.
all the time.
I've always had my questions. Like even young, I was just like, if God this, then why that? And then I was like, well, let me test it out. Like Bloody Mary, And I was just like, no, this has to. It got from that point, and then over time it changed, and then it got to a point where it was like, wait, God is me because I am God. And so I was just, because I was it was some verse in the Bible. And it was like, I am he is in me. Something like that. I'm wrong, probably. But I took that and I was like, well.
Fucking notes,
so anyway,
facts,
I was
bro.
saying that, not I am God, but the God is in me.
Right.
And so I was kind of going more towards, accepting, how were you saying, being the individual and, saying that I can make this happen. It's on me, but not like I'm all powerful. It's just that I have to do this.
Yeah, really, like, in terms of all the questions and confusion, just study history because it'll give you all the answers. Like history is where, because like I believe it was Frederick Douglass. I don't want to be wrong, but they said I believe he was the one who said if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book.
Yes,
Like,
yes, that was Frederick
Stain.
Douglass.
That's like
Quick shade.
that's really important because history.
That's
will
shade.
tell
That's
you
what
a
happened
lot.
to us. That's what happened to our people.
I mean, he kind of shitted though.
Huh?
He shitted on us a little bit.
No, he was saying that's what they want us to. They don't want to give us the knowledge.
Yeah, I'm saying though, it's still quick shit.
He stunned.
He did. He
hey.
did.
He was like, hey,
because he's red. He
I
was
can
red.
read,
He's
right?
red. Yeah. So he's like, I'm gonna say this shit, and they not even gonna hear this shit. They not
Well,
gonna
I mean,
figure out
but,
to say this
but
shit.
is he
Because
wrong?
you know what? Ain't no TV.
And I'm not
Somebody
saying,
got but
I'm not saying he's wrong for it. I'm just saying
He could have been
did
leaving
flex.
it. He could have been leaving it as more so like somebody's gonna read it one day.
And they're gonna be like, damn, but fuck. I mean, it's brutal truth, right? It's brutal, nigga,
Yeah.
but it's the truth.
Exactly. Yes. That's. That's.
But like,
That's about
especially
right.
like with the Bible and history like that, like because you got the Council of Nicaea, which took place, and that was when they constructed the Bible. Was over 300 plus gospels before they broke it down to the current
Like a
construction.
remix, man.
Yeah. So and then you got
It's like Coke.
people always talk about the Bible being whoa. Well, I mean,
Well, you look. Go ahead. How's it-
how?
So the way, because someone will they'll pull out the bag and they'll be like, "Here's some Coke," but you don't know how pure it is because there's remix, there's
Coke
baking
here.
powder, there's all these
Can't relate.
substitutes.
Can we go to weed? Yeah.
So, you
So
know-
I feel like you're talking about crack.
no, I'm talking about Coke.
You
'cause-
put baking powder in it.
No,
Like,
no, no,
isn't
no.
that what
Well,
happened?
you're not putting it-
similar baby lax.
the nose candy. I'm talking about nose candy. Because I'm saying that there's pure
Go
Coke, there's
weed.
remix
Talk about
Coke, and
we
all
made
that.
it.
Popcorn.
Yeah, different strands of indica mixed with
Tetrahydric
But anyway,
cannabolic.
Hey, quick turn of the table, man. So that was a dumb one. Anyways, what do y'all think about that? We're living in a simulation. I was listening to a podcast today about they were talking about we're living in a simulation that none of this is real, almost like a computer program,
A lot
like
of
the Matrix,
times-
kind of.
A lot of times, I used to
an
think a
ant
lot
farm
that
and
I was
somebody's
in a
watching
coma.
Kinda, but still, but more like Morpheus, Neo type shit. Agents, that shit's wild, yo. They saying like they saying this has all happened before. Like since we're a simulation, it restarts and it happens again and again. As far as like humans, yeah, exactly. For real,
But-
straight up.
But
For
I
real, you
was a
serious?
butterfly in my past life, and now I
Dog.
came back.
I mean, but that's when they speak of
And maybe I
ages.
can be.
Bro, he explained it as in this happens over and over again. Like Earth has been here before. Earth has happened before, and it's gonna end. And it's gonna start again. As far as and they're saying even as far as
But is that
apes
not-
and
You sound
that
excited like
not-
you believe
we were,
it.
Like we were dinosaurs.
because I like hearing
And then-
different shit. Like even they talking about apes now. They're saying like the apes are going through a stone age, right? I mean not stone age. Stone age.
Yeah.
Apes are going through a stone age right now. They're learning how to use like sticks and build shit, just like how it happened before. Like they're saying people always talk about, well, if we come from apes, why aren't they learning this shit? But it's happening. Like fucking gorillas, like chimps. They're doing the same shit as like what we went through when we were fucking caveman. They're doing the shit right now.
But you know what though? I think people think animals are dumb in general.
Yeah.
When I just don't think they are.
Bro,
I feel like it's not that big of a deal that they're learning how to use tools because I've seen quite a few animals like try to like if it's gonna do what it can.
Shit.
It's gonna
like ravens. Apparently, they're fucking smart as shit. Dolphins are smart as shit.
octopus. You can't domesticate
Octopus.
them.
They're saying octopus are aliens. Them motherfuckers are doing shit with their RNA that no other animal could do. They could fucking regenerate fucking limbs and shit. People, it's wild out here. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Axolotl.
Huh?
Nothing. Axolotl. Axolotls do that too.
yeah, it's wild, right? Like
Yeah.
people take animals like for dipshits, man. But them fuckers. Have y'all? I'm all over the place.
Dogs,
you are.
Cats, all of that though. I mean, for
You
real.
can communicate with like the original
definitely.
domestication. Like animals being domesticated was for a purpose.
Yes.
You know, that wasn't like something that people did for no reason. Like especially cats and different things like dogs,
Oh,
things
fuck
that are
cats,
close.
bro.
Nah,
I mean,
cats keep
Them hoes
bugs
are not
and all that shit
domesticated. Them
away.
cats are
They gonna
dickheads,
keep
bro.
All the bugs, the mice, all
Bro,
of that,
cats
snakes,
suck,
you don't
man.
have
Cats are
nothing.
the worst pet, dog. They're not
They
not
suck,
lovable.
but
They
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 useful.
they're cute, but they only want to be touched when they want to be
They're
touched.
not convenient pets.
You're like, come
They're
here. He's
not
like, bro, I'll be there when I'm there. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
I had
back off.
kittens like twice, and they're dicks, bro.
They'll come to you and
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, if I come up to him, I want to play. He's like, bro, chill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not right now.
Yeah, dude, not now, bro. Relax. Have y'all seen that documentary Blackfish?
Nope.
Was that about the well?
Yeah, SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Dog, that shit really opened my eyes up too about how smart animals are, how killer whales communicate, how they feel depression. When you take their babies away, they get depressed. They start like harming themselves. Yeah, they start killing the trainers. They were eating trainers, bro. Like ripping their limbs off. Like one whale bit a dude's whole like lower body off because they kept what was it two I don't remember his name, too common some shit. But it was the whale, he had like a curved dorsal fin because he was in captivity for so long that his dorsal fin started like deforming. Wow. He's losing his mind, man. Like he literally like lost his mind and started killing trainers, bro.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's scary though.
But at what point do you stop though?
You don't.
Well,
We're so
people
stupid,
are not going to
bro.
stop because it's entertainment and it draws money.
Bro,
so anything, that's why we have things like war or children abductions, things like that, or sex trade, sex trafficking, children trafficking.
That stuff going on right now with them taking the kids away from their parents.
It's really it's disgusting. It's disgusting and it's terrible.
They're about to be selling them kids.
Yes. No, they are.
Right in our face like that?
Yes. You can't. No, they are. You'd be a fool to think they're not.
Nah.
Well, what do you think they're doing? They're not helping them kids.
They're not, but they're not gonna. We're watching. They're not gonna do that shit right now.
They do it while we're watching.
A lot of
can't
kids
stop
are
it.
not gonna.
They're not gonna do that right in our face. Bro.
They are.
They are.
Okay, so they're showing
the kids.
Okay, they're showing kids in the camps now, right? Then all of a sudden, a couple weeks, we hear that all the kids have disappeared. They wouldn't do that shit.
Yes, they would.
They're going to be like,
not?
what?
They can do that because people's not. It's not that people's not looking.
No,
they
people
can do it.
People are watching heavier now because now that social media is to the point now you're all over that shit. People are all over this. Back in the day, they could have did this shit, but people are all over this shit right now.
They can still do it now because they control the powers that can
they control
incriminate
social
them.
media.
They control the police. They control the force.
Yeah,
so
I hear that.
I'm saying
I hear that.
they could do that still.
But we got like people on the inside that we could see that shit now. Like we would never be able to. Back in like a couple years ago, we would have never knew kids were in fucking.
No, now we know, but we can't stop it still.
I mean, but at the same time, like major like adoption internationally, especially, they take those kids right from their moms. They don't even. They're not even really orphans half the time. They just taking them.
I've read some fucked up shit from kids coming from like Africa, and the people in Africa, like I guess the orphanage is never hearing about the kids again. Like asking about them and not ever hearing about them again.
That's what I'm saying. That going back to the whale, things like that, the atrocities like that. The world thrive, or not the world, but Cash.
You jumped so weird.
No, it wasn't a jump. It was from the whale to talking about
connecting it.
atrocities. We're talking about atrocities. All these atrocities generate cash flow for somebody, and that's what makes it so powerful because it's money. This thing is money, and it's so powerful, but it doesn't even mean anything. But it means something right now to these people who have everyone thinking that it means something. You know what I mean?
I think so.
Well, anyway, but the money talks.
And slave trades are still very active. Like Africa, Libya right now is pretty wild. I mean,
we
those
heard
things are very real.
Right? It was last year they made the post about it.
Yeah.
Was that real?
Yes, that's real. That's very real.
Something about that was weird to me.
Well, no, because
there's so many different slave trades that have been taking place for thousands of years. Like you had the African one, which is iffy, and like a lot of the information is weird.
Iffy, bro.
And
yeah, it's coming
it's
out
not
weird.
as large as they say it was. Like a lot of us are already here. Different things like that are taking place. But like the Arabic slave trade that nobody want to talk about.
Yeah, nobody.
The reason why all of North Africa don't look right. Like
big facts. That's how it is. It's not that's how it is to accept it. It's we're aware of it, and the more we read about it, the more awareness will help us catch what's going on, like with these children. This is wild, man. I don't know how to feel. I feel hurt. I just feel hurt.
With all this happening, this is another part of the simulation, right? So we keep destroying ourselves, right? We keep doing all this shit that ruin the planet. We keep murdering each other. Eventually, all this shit's gonna end, right? And then it's gonna start over again. That's part of the simulation because humans are destructive. We're destructive.
So what's the difference between that and a revelation? That's the same thing.
Okay. You brought that. Why you do that?
Like what? I mean,
revelation.
I'm trying to say the simulation has a lot of weight to it because like that's where you got to read different things outside the Bible, because there's other books that are older, and because
well, shit, you might be
gotta,
right.
because they say that type of stuff in these different scriptures. Like they actually say, there's cycles, there's beginnings and ends, but there's no such thing as a complete, because energy is neither created nor destroyed.
Exactly,
it's constant, and time doesn't, because we base our time off of the sun, like the solstice. Like when we look at it from a universal perspective, time's not really real. What we're feeling or real like that. So like if you're talking about the Matrix and glitches and deja vus and intelligent entities that pop in and out like agents, what's the real difference in that? Because you're using different names for it now.
Right, exactly. It's like what you said about God being an old word of something that we don't understand, right?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a
shit like
it might help you feel more comfortable with it because it's less mystical.
Like civilizations disappear all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like the Mayans and as the Egyptians, them motherfuckers were smarter than us. I'm convinced they were smarter than us, bro. Like the building periods, I'm convinced, and they're gone.
But see, there's a difference between intellect and like higher consciousness, because like they weren't necessarily smarter is one thing, but they were like more aware. Period. Exactly. They were using minerals.
I feel like they had
periodic table.
They had to. Yeah.
That's the thing. We have all these peripherals, like we talked on the last episode. We have all these things that are keeping us from. We're kind of stunning our growth.
Like, bro, they're finding tools. They're saying the Egyptians had tools like drills and shit.
Yeah, electricity.
Yeah, electricity, bro.
Paved, gold. Like it was nothing to them.
They go into the pyramids now, and they're like, there's no way they should have been able to see inside of these pyramids.
But see, they're limited.
Had light.
But those guys seeing it, they're like, well, there's no way because we would do it like this and that and this.
Yeah, because for so long we tried to make it seem like we're the smartest civilization, people to ever touch the earth. Bro.
I have a hard time with like identifying with them though.
Yes.
Like when because it's like it's weird because when we say like we are the smartest civilization, it's kind of weird because it's like who are we including ourselves with, and what are we calling the civilization?
Exactly, because we're not even.
Because this is not a group. This is not a civilization. This is not a civil.
Lies nation.
This is not a civil life. A group of people doing this. We're not on any accord.
I feel like 20-year-olds then were probably way more in touch with shit. Like we just walk around, I mean, we're we doing shit, but we ain't doing shit. We got a podcast. But they just had more time, man. I mean, it's wild, yo. Simulation shit.
That
man.
was us at one time.
Definitely simulation shit, dude. Y'all don't believe in simulation? I don't either, but it was amazing. Like he broke it down. I was like, it's not too far fetched now, man.
Because I mean, technically, based on the way it worked with your vision and the way, like, based on what you were saying, how positive energy attracts certain things and it makes things go a certain way. Like everything is a projection of your inner self. Mm-hmm. So like, in that sense, it would be a simulation of your personal reality, because that's when you get into your personal power. Mm-hmm. And then you get into like Plato's theory, like when you learn colors, like when your kindergarten teacher sits you down and says that's green, yellow, blue. Like we were all taught to say Paul's hat is blue.
Me and you had this conversation before, yeah.
It could be.
It might not be blue.
All kind of different, but we all call it blue because that's what we were taught within our own realities, but we all are experiencing our own thing.
Bro, it's so crazy, man. Like dimensions and shit. We all over the place.
It's not so far fetched that it's crazy. It's more that I'm intrigued to find out more about it.
That shit's fucking bananas, dog.
Yeah, I don't want to stop at bananas. I want to figure it out.
What's crazy than bananas, man? Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
plantains.
Yeah. Plantains are fucking weird. Them hoes supposed to. Yeah, I don't fuck with plantains. I don't fuck with the plantains, man.
Plantains are pretty. Plantains are dope.
Hey man, I'm fucking with. It's like a filler, man. Just give me a piece of bread if you're gonna give me bread.
I don't agree with that. Plantains are definitely dope. I've never had a plantain I did not like. It's always been done right. I would not turn it down. So.
Plantain rights, man. Don't fuck around.
All these red meat, pre-workout, and water.
Dude, if it's not Starbucks double latte venti, I'm not fucking with any of that shit, dude. If it's not a plantain, if it's not a plantain dipped, you hear me? Dipped in fucking Starbucks coffee, I'm not fucking with it at all. LA Blue Hat, I'm fucking lit. My name's Paul.
Hey, yo, check me out. Obey shirt. Hey, that box right there full of that FDA unregulated pre-workout with what we don't know what's in it. Give me that. The whole bottle. 65.
Hey, man, I care about my health, dude.
But why do you take something that's not FDA approved? If you care about your health.
The FDA.
Hey, I'm proactive in my health. What are you doing?
No. I didn't say you don't work out. I said, why do you take the powders that are not?
Okay,
They don't have them
regardless-
regulated. That's what I'm
Regardless,
asking.
I'm proactive
Fight
in
the
my
power.
health.
No one's saying that you don't do your stuff. I'm asking, why do you take something that's not regulated by the FDA? Do you trust it, or you're not
Only
worried?
squares
It
get
might-
regulated.
Go ahead, Jar. What'd you say?
yeah, man.
No, go ahead, Jar.
I
What'd
ain't
you
listen
say?
to the man. I tell you what
Only,
the fuck I
only
want.
squares get regulated.
Hey, there you go. And I take that.
Because,
You know what you don't take?
I
You know
don't
what you
take
don't take?
pre-workout.
Account for your fucking health. You don't take account for your health.
How? I smoke cigarettes. I run sometimes.
One.
I go to the
One.
gym.
How don't I
Hold
take
on.
account for my health? I smoke cigs. I
wait,
fucking kill
but hold
my
up,
lungs.
hold up. I'm not denying it. I know what I do, and I'm not trying to change
Do
it
you
just because
smoke
you don't
the
like it.
natural
Now we're talking.
cigarettes?
No, he doesn't.
No. I smoke menthol.
Fresh off the
Pork.
fucking shelf.
No, I smoke Camels.
Virginia Slim?
Yeah, look.
No, Camels.
Long reds, man. Long reds, or what?
Yeah, but no, I do it. But see, so I was working, and I'm smoking, and I'm just like, fuck this. But at the same time, I'm still sitting there like, well, this is bad, but I don't know what else to do to make me feel different. And then I was thinking, well,
try not
instead of try let me finish. So what I was saying was that, man, maybe I should try to change what I eat, because Pierre's always telling me like, certain foods bring your energy down. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should bring those to work, and make sure that, because breakfast is important. You need your energy, drink more water, things like that.
But what is breakfast?
Breakfast
Exactly,
is when,
and that's the
let me
question.
explain it. Let me
You
explain
can't
it.
say breakfast is important if when you go to eat breakfast it's lame and you basically just
Yeah.
Wasted
time.
food.
So
Donuts and
you're breaking your fast.
Breaking
So you can't be
fast.
eating late at night. You gotta have. I think you gotta have at least 8 hours of not eating before you eat again. Like as far as like at night, like I stopped
Depends
eating
on what
after
you-
8 o'clock.
yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're eating a whole dinner after 8
Yeah.
o'clock, you're not really breaking your fast in the morning because you're waking up. You still got last night's meal on. You know what I'm saying?
And that's something recent that I've been noticing is that I'll eat late at night, and then I wake up try to eat breakfast, and
Fuck
it's like,
no, it's
dude, this
impossible.
does not work.
Yeah, you.
But it took a long time to understand that food has to freaking go through you that night, and that's why that you kind of need to try to get away from eating after 8.
Like this diet I'm on now is totally opposite from probably with Johari. He probably what the fuck you doing. I'm doing like it's a red meat only diet, dog. But it's like low carbs, but it's a lot of red meat. And on the cool, I've been doing it for like almost a week and a half. I feel great, man.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like you just eating a lot of protein. I feel
Yeah.
good, man. I feel fucking fantastic. I got a little more energy. I take naps though. I take naps.
I feel
now, but
good
I'm
because
as fuck.
keeping my breakfast small and making sure I drink water in the morning, that's usually good for me. And I mean, these past couple of days was shit, but today was great because I made sure I had all the essentials.
How many calories are in cigarettes?
There's no calories. It's just like cancer.
Can't. That's not funny. How many
I
calories
just-
are in cancer?
I don't know. I mean, with the smoking the cigarettes, I do what works. So it's working for me because I don't. No. I'm not justifying people smoking cigarettes. I'm saying this is why I do it. I'm working to change it, but at the same time, I'm not going to tell you that I'm trying to quit. I'm just looking for something different because right now I go to cigarettes to help me when I'm actually out there working and I'm tired, when I don't have nothing else. And I'm not saying that that's acceptable.
Yeah.
I'm not. But that's what I do. I'm going to change it, but at the same time, that is what I'm doing now. That's what works. So it is what it is, really.
You should get like not protein powder. BCAAs work. That for like energy. I remember I was taking.
Yeah, you always tell me.
Yeah, them hoes work.
Like a good
Yeah.
go on a
What you got to battle is the nicotine. That's what you got to battle.
Well,
Not the
I'm not-
you need to
I'm
go
not
on a
battling
cleanse. You gotta
nicotine.
cleanse that out your system.
Yeah.
Well, see, so here's the deal. I'm not battling the nicotine. What I'm battling is finding something-
intervention podcast.
So it's not an intervention. What I'm trying to find is something way to regulate my energy levels with what I eat and what I put into my body. Obviously, the cigarettes is wrong. Stop beating the dead horse. We get it. But at the same time, I'm making the
You're not
steps.
gonna die one
I'm trying
day,
to
huh?
figure it out.
Not a little faster. Not play.
I mean, honestly, I see people who are active die faster than regular people, and I
Shit
mean,
happens, man.
stuff happens. So it's like whatever you do it, but you know the effects.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Mic drop. Yeah.
Back smooth.
Y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see it, but he sat back like motherfucker. He slid back like yeah.
In real life,
And I
I
pulled
sat
it.
back.
Yeah, yeah.
A nigga really lost his breath. I was like, let me stop. Drop the mic now so I can breathe. Because smoking cigarettes that takes your wind.
Dog. So what I was saying was, oh, man, Johari come on the show, I just dropping all my fucking shit out my brain.
Well, it's good because Johari is one of those friends that'll get you,
Yeah,
you know,
can talk about this shit.
thinking beyond, and also, you know, Brianna over there too. What I appreciate about y'all is that, you know, y'all bring another perspective to the group, and that's what makes having a group of friends that actually you care, not that you care about, we care about y'all, but I'm saying like that bring different ideas to the table.
Sounds mushy.
Yeah.
Well,
what is this sign
sounds
I
say?
real.
love y'all, man.
Yeah, for real. And what does this sign say? Gay? No, I'm playing.
I guess
I
let me
completely
be gay. I guess.
Yeah, no, it's real.
But anyway,
life.
yeah.
We grew up-
I'm happy.
Glad. I'm really
Yeah.
glad that y'all made it to the
Gay
show.
happy.
Though. Really glad.
I'm glad to be here. I was
Yeah.
excited when y'all invited
I'm
me.
probably bring you gotta come on more, fool.
Definitely anytime.
You might be a regular. You honestly, you're probably going to be the regular, man.
Let me
Because I
know.
mean, shoot,
Huh.
we'll let you know.
No, I'm playing. Look.
But no, so
okay.
Sounds like there's an iron team.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
listen, is no one in here active or not actively, but has anyone? Do any of you know Virgil Abloh?
I
by
do.
chance?
I know Virgil, man. Let me tell you,
Well,
Virgil
so
is.
it's-
Designer.
Well, so basically, he's a designer. He did
Louis Vuitton?
Off White.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
he's
the
the
head of
new.
Louis.
He's the head designer of Louis Vuitton, and he actually just he was also a finalist for the LVMH prize, which is a big deal in the fashion world. But he just did his fashion show for Louis Vuitton not too long ago, and it was a big deal because, you know, one, he's black.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome for us. Second,
Us?
yes, all of us black people.
Nah, I ain't fucking awesome.
Well, anyway, yeah, that's great. And then second, you know, you've never seen a head designer for Louis Vuitton be black, and we're getting all this exposure in the fashion world. It's
Or any
wonderful,
or any like main, right?
wonderful. Exactly. We're
Yeah,
starting.
they're
to,
all white gay men. So this is a big.
well, they're all not.
Or really
they're-
old,
yeah,
nasty women. Hey, is he the
Yeah.
reason Louis Vuitton dropping all these like cool floral bag colors? Or
'Cause
is
he- he's the head of men. He's the head of design. At
I'm saying, but you see,
Vuitton.
you see how Louis? Yeah, is he the
Yeah.
reason they're
That's
dropping
him.
all these colors?
That's him.
If that shit's lit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's darker now. It's
Exactly.
darker. The
See,
print's darker.
like-
But you see a whole new breath of fresh air into Louis Vuitton because before all we knew was the monogram and basic
Yeah,
stuff.
man.
He's showing us colors and stuff now, which is great. That's what I'm saying. That it's great that he's black,
I mean,
but
there was
also
colors
creative.
before, but,
But no, but
He's
these
dropping
are colors that
floral
you are
like
seeing.
graphics
summertime.
These
type
are
shit.
groundbreaking
Yeah,
things,
like
though.
yeah. It ain't just the fucking LV all over the place.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah,
print.
it's just it's a nice thing. It's nice to see changes in different industries where
All right.
we can see black people shine.
So,
I love
question
it.
for you about that then.
What?
So, would you kiss him? No, I'm playing. Just joking.
What's the
man.
question?
That was it.
Okay.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of celebrities out there. Rihanna was out there. Tommy
Yeah.
from Love and Hip Hop was out there. That was a big.
Kid
deal.
Cudi was on the runway.
Kid Cudi, yeah, Kid Cudi did.
Yeah,
rip the
he was on
runway.
the runway. Yeah.
Oh, he was
Travis
modeling?
Scott was
Yeah.
there. It was
The
a
whole
lot of people out
collective,
there.
but it was nice. It's nice to see all of the friends and people together in their company push each other on to do great stuff. That's what I love about it because it's like, you know, everyone can do that for their own, you know, their own perspective group of friends and their family. It's dope.
Kanye
It
and him
shows
were
you-
beefing, right? For a minute.
No.
Yeah, they were. They were beefing.
Kanye
for a
and
second.
who?
Kanye and Virgil.
No.
Can I tell you why
Go
they were
ahead.
beefing?
Go ahead.
All right, so Kanye, they had a little spat because Kanye felt like he was getting away from his from where he started from, because you know they worked together before this, right?
Yeah,
They were like
Virgil
business
Abloh
partners.
was Kanye's creative consultant.
Yeah. Okay. So Kanye felt like Virgil was getting away from his roots when he got signed to Louis Vuitton, and people tried to say that Kanye felt was hating on him because he was signed to Louis.
So,
And, like, he was
so you said people said, or what'd you actually read
media
that
said.
Kanye said?
Yeah, media said.
Fact check.
Yeah, media
Well-
said. Media said they were beefing out. That's why they were like embracing each other so tight, because they were squashing the beef.
I mean, I don't know. I don't follow. So, I mean, I'm glad to see Virgil do his thing, but I don't
What,
follow the
Pablo?
politics.
Cool, on the same page then.
Yeah, basically. No, but like with the stuff, I don't really care who's doing what to who's mad at who. I like seeing the overall picture. I don't get into their
Positivity.
stuff.
Man, I can't afford any of that shit, so I don't.
No,
fuck
that's
with
what
it.
I'm saying. I like it. I like seeing the whole, like I said, embracing the
So,
creative
like us.
and having friends around them and everybody sticking together and moving forward and supporting each other. I love seeing that, and that is what I like to, you know, draw off of. The celebrity and the clout with that. No, I just support the fundamental fact of supporting your
That's
friends.
what
and
it is,
family.
though. Celebrity and clout, man.
It's not. I mean, not for me.
Well, what would be the real direct benefit to the black community of having a black?
There's
Bro,
no
the prices didn't drop.
Not
The
just come to
benefit,
the
prices didn't drop.
bag.
the
It's
benefit
still-
to the
it's still
black
a grand a
community
bag.
is that you get to see someone that's black from our community make it into a one that's predominantly white.
From our community.
And nigga ain't.
I didn't see him on the block. No.
But
Nigga got $1
anyway,
million,
yeah,
He went on the
you know,
field.
just to see somebody that looks like you,
Of color.
or somebody of color, whether
just
you're
be black,
Latino or
that's it.
whatever. You
This
see them
warlords
make
in
it.
Africa look like us.
You see them make it, and then you just, you can see that anything is possible, which is the dope part. Because,
Frederick
like I
Douglass told me
said,
anything is
fashion is, like I said, predominantly white, European. It's not black people don't dominate that at all. So to see Virgil do what he does at some
But
place
do
like
you
Louis
think
Vuitton
it
is
was?
dope.
Do you think it was more of, yeah, Virgil had a dream and he probably always wanted to be that, but his actual access into the, group of Louis Vuitton,
Was white people.
do you think that was given to him because minorities are just, they're the leading consumers?
Well, no, because what had happened was
black guy.
Kim
Oh, I
Jones,
know what
Kim
you're
Jones before Virgil there was Kim, and Virgil was doing his thing with Off-White, caught the attention of Kim, and I'm not gonna give a timeline that's accurate, but from what I saw, there was Kim liked what Virgil did, and then got Virgil on when Kim left, and Kim Jones is at Dior now.
I feel like they're using Virgil, man, to reel in the blacks.
But
black
there's
guy.
nothing
Token. He's token.
there's
I
nothing
feel like he's
directly
token.
like to us like, oh, it's cheap for us, we could afford it. No,
But do you feel what I'm saying? I feel like he token
But
black guy.
no,
well, not
because
necessarily
he's not the only one. There's more.
not necessarily that he's a token, but like
He's bait.
I
man.
guess the publicizing at such a high level we're the
Yeah,
main
they're-
community that is
yeah.
gonna, like, women, minorities, and the homosexual community are the three leading consumers.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right.
And that's kind of, I mean, one could say that we don't need to be spending our finances
Bro, 'cause
in areas.
If he got on right and they dropped the prices to where more black people could afford it, I'd be like, oh, it's kind of lit, I guess.
So the reality is that's never going to happen because the market's for people who can afford it. So
Exactly.
so the bonus is to see
So when you say
someone
us,
take
I feel
over.
like
That's why when you say
Sometimes
us,
we're
I'm like, there's a disconnect.
no,
feel like-
there's no disconnect because I mean he
Well,
had
no, there is
Go
a
ahead.
disconnect.
Where's the
There-
disconnect?
The disconnect is between who can afford it and who can't.
Well, we're not talking about buying it. I'm
'Cause
talking
you mentioned
so
how
are
he
you
was
talking about the
influential.
consuming part.
You mentioned at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
How this was a good for us.
Yes.
That's not. I don't see
So
the
the
us.
part of what I'm saying is that there's a black designer for Louis Vuitton designing their stuff. I'm not saying that he's designing stuff for us to afford and buy. I'm saying that he made it into that market.
Like,
and
yeah,
he's actually
he's black. We got a brother in there.
No, listen, that he's designing the stuff and they're buying it from him. I'm saying that you could do it too, is what I'm saying. Is that he took over something that wasn't meant for us.
I
and
think
he
we
has them
already
buying
figured
it.
that though. Sean John was expensive. Rock, no.
So-
see how you smacked your lips.
No,
when I-
no,
see,
'cause-
look. The difference between like you see how you
But
smacked
you
your
keep
lips.
talking
at
about
Sean
prices
John.
though. That's what
No,
I'm
this
saying.
ain't about prices. I'm saying we've seen that black people can
We've
touch
already had
the
it, yeah.
fashion world. Sean John,
That's-
FUBU was
That's not
fucking
the
huge.
fashion. None of those is on that
Rockaware,
level though.
Donna.
It's not,
See how you
it's not
thinking?
on the
That's
LV.
for you. That's for you.
No,
though.
no,
Some
no.
people
This
might
is
put
proof.
that shit
No,
on
no,
the
no.
same-
Because LVMH, that level, that's not FUBU and Sean John.
Says who?
Says the fashion
FUBU was
world.
big. Exactly. You see how the fashion world is doing.
The thing
FUBU
is
was
though,
big as
like
Well-
you have a Western, like it's like arguing. You have a Western sense of what you're talking about, the historical European fashion world, like Prada,
white.
Louis, white, or if you want to categorize it like that, or then you have like a more like colonized sense of the things that came out of like different areas, like
Right.
our brands and different things like that.
Exactly.
And I mean, it is kind of weird to say that they're simply valued because of their history and Louis Vuitton and the history of
Yeah.
France and
They didn't want
Well,
all that
so
type of
I mean,
stuff.
with all that, like for that kind of like discussion, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. But I'm just saying the fundamental part of it. Like I said, seeing a black man do something like that, just like you saw Pharrell do something like he does, and so on and so forth. That's what I like.
even
That's what I'm
for
saying.
real. What was his clothing? What was he with?
Well, not even his clothing. Just
Ice cream?
he did BBC and ice cream.
Here's would you rather see a black man rise to the
What's
top
up?
of Louis Vuitton and be like the head shot caller, or would you rather see a black man or woman create their own brand that is bigger than Louis Vuitton?
Bam, big. That's the
Bam.
question.
But that's what
That's it.
Virgil did. That's
But-
what
No,
Virgil,
thought
Virgil
Virgil
did.
was
answer
in
the
Louis
question.
Vuitton.
Answer the question though.
No, that I'm answering the question.
Isn't Virgil
did.
in Louis Vuitton?
Yes,
So
but
you
he
So how
did
did he-
Off-White. He did Off-White and he did Pyrex Vision all before that.
But answer his question.
But
Would you rather
Off-White
see-
and Pyrex Vision aren't Louis Vuitton, like you were
Right.
saying. What if he could have got Off-White and
Bigger.
Pyrex Vision
Yeah, bigger than
On
Louis
his
Vuitton.
own.
to Louis Vuitton? Is
He
that?
did.
Would you rather?
But Louis Vuitton bought him though.
Yeah, they bought him. They
no,
bought his
no,
brand.
they hired him. They
But
hired
see, that's
him.
what I'm saying.
Off-White is still his
If
own
you
entity.
bigger than Louis Vuitton, he should have hired them.
I see what
right?
you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what
You
I
saying
see.
Which one
So
would you rather happen?
So I would rather see. Actually, I mean, I'd rather see the Louis Vuitton thing happen.
Oh,
Honestly,
fuck.
because like I said, you don't see black people. You don't see black people take them seats.
Hey man.
So to see a black person take that seat, I'm like, yes, it finally happened, and he actually did something good. They gave him a shot, and it
Yeah.
happened.
So
That's
would you
what-
rather him take that seat or create his own seat bigger than Louis Vuitton though?
I'd rather see him take the seat because that's what he wanted to do.
How you know what?
That's what he said.
Oh man, you and Virgil, man. Y'all
Well,
fucking
no,
around.
I don't know this man. I'm just saying I read exactly what he says on his posts. I'm just reciprocating.
Well, I do not agree.
No, that's fine. I mean, it's all perspective. But like I said, I like seeing that. I mean, everything is different for everybody.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a setback.
I mean, hey, if it
It
is,
does though.
I feel like if you look deeper, I get what you're saying though. I
Yeah,
see
no,
both
definitely,
sides. That's dope. It's
definitely.
dope because Louis Vuitton been
That's a
been
big
standing.
deal, yeah.
black. It's a black face up there. Cool, I get that. But if you go deeper, it's two sides to it.
there's always two sides to it. There's what we see and what's really going on. And I mean, you got to take it at face value. But instead of me like getting all up in the nitty gritty and getting my feelings involved, I'm just looking like, I want to pursue my thing and be bigger than something. That's how I'm looking at it, and not like, yay,
And
Virgil,
that's
I'm
what we
gonna go
saying-
shop at Louis.
That's what we saying about Virgil. Pursue
Right.
your thing and get bigger.
But see, at the same time, you can't be mad at him for taking that. Just like,
I ain't
you
mad
know
at
what I'm saying? Like,
Mad
But
at-
then
I'm
a
just-
feature
I'm just
or
mad at you,
something, but
dog.
He ain't have
No, I'm
to
playing.
just go
I'm
all
pissed off
in.
at you, man. Huh? Nah, I went on the Louis Vuitton site the other day. I don't know why, man.
Yeah,
I was trying
I
to.
was
I was gonna get Adrian something. I got bread now, man. I could probably buy a Louis bag, man. Nah, they're like, but starting like $1,300. I couldn't believe that shit.
well, I mean, that's for a different consumer. That's for people who
Fuck
actually
who? Who's it for, man? You said us earlier.
people who invest their money in that type of stuff, just like people who invest their money in things like, let's just use like pre-workout, for example.
Nah, you can't use.
No, I can't, because people buy
Can't.
different brands and they support those brands, right?
Oh yeah, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. That's how it works, is that people put all their money into buying Louis. And also, there's
Pre-workout's
also
only like
there's also
$30
another
though.
there's also another side to that where, because there's consumer spending, numbers and metrics that show that people right now, they have the money to blow on this stuff. So, I mean, because, people got the
But they don't though. That's the weird thing. They don't.
Yeah.
These same people that are spending these things, they don't. Food, water, and shelter, right?
Yeah.
The basics.
Are the, like the same, because I work at the middle school I work at, where I teach in
Niggas can't
East
afford it.
Austin.
You work
Like
for-
they got $150 on their feet, like every student almost. But these same kids, they don't have proper access to nutrition. They don't have proper school supplies, clothes that fit. But yet there's so much pressure based on fashion to spend money and to be socially accepted, especially with
Wow.
things like there's
Yeah.
more layers like cyberbullying and everything else. And it's like,
Go ahead.
it's kind of like at a certain point we're gonna have to have a real conversation with people just to let them know that, like, okay, $150 can do a lot for you. You can feed yourself.
Yeah,
For
it starts
over
at
a
home
month.
though. Yeah, the parents buy the shit for them.
Yeah, it starts at home.
Well,
Definitely.
what
I
it
tell
is-
my
It's a
daughters all the
mind
time, like, listen, like my daughter, she the middle child, she's like, hey, can I get some Jordans? I'm like, okay, which ones? I don't know exactly. I said, so Jordans don't make you cool. First off, half of them are uncomfortable. They're not good active wear. Like, what do you need Jordans for? For what? When I can get you some, like, straight up, we can go anywhere, like some regular Nikes. It ain't gotta be Nikes.
Yeah, it
Fuck,
could
I
be
don't know what little
anything.
kids wear. Yeah, some light up shoes.
Something that feels good.
Yeah, and it's just as cool though. Jordans is for, like, that doesn't make you cool.
You
You
just
gotta
wanna show off.
Yeah, who you trying to impress,
You want
man?
people to think you got money.
Yeah, just match. You wear clothes
Oh,
square
you
every
got
day.
them
That's all that
Jordans
matters.
on. You got that money, like
Exactly,
what?
exactly, man. And they ask for this stuff. It's like, you can't be so materialistic, man. Because
Yeah,
at
that's
the end of
what
the
it
day,
is.
your personality could be way better than anything you wearing. If your personality just lit as shit, people don't give
You
a fuck
gotta
what
wear
you got
the
on.
clothes. Don't let the clothes wear
Where you exactly?
But that's a
Yeah.
dead concept though, because they don't have like individual, like the personality now is
yeah, they're going
the
through
group
something else.
thing. The sense it's in a really emotional time, and whatever the next person is doing
Yeah.
and they're comfortable with, that's kind of what everybody's doing.
It's sad too, man, because you can beat it in their head all day long.
Yeah.
But
Still gonna
they
follow.
gonna have, yeah. I didn't tell my teenager, she just stressed me fuck out. But anyways, what were you gonna say earlier?
Well, no, I was just saying that, you know, I'm not talking. I don't support like buying the whole, you know, the. When I talk fashion, I'm talking about the actual design, the artistic part behind it, and not the consuming and the money spending. Because you think about it, you can design something, and you can sell it to these people who are buying it, get that money because they're you know, it's like selling drugs for some people. But what I'm saying is that with fashion, it's not about the brands, it's about the artistic part. Because take someone like Paul Smith, he's a designer. And what he wears tennis shoes. Tennis shoes, relaxed jeans, button down, this and that. So it just depends on where people are as far as their perspective on fashion. Because some people look at it as like, oh, I have to buy this and that. Others look at it like, no, I just want to wear a hoodie, sweatshirt, white shorts, or whatever have you. And I'm saying that, you know, it's like you take it and make it your own. And then but people see somebody like, man, they spent so much money at Louis, they're probably bullshit, did it. It's like, don't watch that. Like, what are you gonna do if you had that money? Would you do it? Because I mean, no one's gonna judge you. I mean, people are gonna judge you, but what do you want to do with that? That's what it is what do you want to do? You do what you want.
But see, like that's my problem with people's education. And if you have a lot of money, and if at all it comes on your mind that you need anything materialistic, that's a problem. Because like if you have a lot of money, you can literally start to develop a compound, an empire.
I kind of
like you could do whatever. Because I mean, you can buy nice things too. But if you're it's like if you the people's values and properties add up to more than they have in their bank account at any given time. Like you can buy nice things.
Like when people buy Yeezys and then just save them because they want to resell them one day, they're gonna be worth whatever amount of money.
I mean, that's
kind of like a thing.
Yeah, you gotta the way.
But
I
at least
at
be
it
self-sustainable to where like you're not gonna like if you because money isn't permanent. Like numbers, like this isn't economics isn't a very like fixed. Like we have like a lot of things go wrong.
Dollar shit. Dollar will be gone in no time.
Say anything happens and all you did was invest your time into having nice things. When things don't really matter that much, you're gonna be kind of left out.
Yeah, so for me, because I used to buy a lot of I used to buy expensive stuff, and so what my thing was is that, you know, after a while you start to see that, you know, it's like, why'd I pay $40 for this BS t-shirt? Why don't I just make my own? So, you know, once you reach the end of the tunnel, you see that it is nothing, because it really is.
I mean, artistic support though, like what you were saying, support, like when if you're supporting an artist, because I'm an artist, and like it happens in the paint world, you have people who just have a name. They can throw a paintbrush and just splat some stuff, and with their signature, now, period, really. They can make $250,000.
A lot now, really. Period. Like some of the shit I be seeing up for sale. Come on, give me a fucking break, dude.
But it's their name, it's the history. That's it's like brand, Gucci of painting. That painter is like Gucci, and whatever he paints is gonna sell for whatever.
Art's taking a weird turn like that though.
Well, yeah,
people could really just make some crazy shit. Well,
people are consuming on some kind of crazy level to where the artistic part gets drowned out by the money part. And so, you know,
because it's trends.
So it's a culture. People want, it's like a Me Too or look at me. I'm hip too. I'm into it too. Yeah. I know art too. You don't
it's
know
acceptance.
Shit.
People want to be accepted.
Fucking leave.
People want attention. It's normal.
Yeah.
But you know, you just gotta. I don't know. Everyone's different. For me, I was definitely part of that part. Like I felt like I needed to have that bait and this and that for some attention. But now there's still some pieces that I want to buy, and that it might be ridiculously priced, but that's what I want.
If you work hard for it, you can buy it. You can buy.
No, I am. But it's like, you know, I don't want people to feel like someone's coming after them for like, you know, clout or whatever, because people judge, and you just, you know, you just got to do your thing. You live within your means is where I'm trying to go.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't want my means to stop me from buying this certain stuff in real life. That's how I feel.
I just wish people had priorities.
They're all fucked
people got
up.
different priorities, man.
But it doesn't make sense. How can people say they want to be healthy? Everybody wants to be healthy, right? Like at the common core of it, like no matter who you are, where you're from, what you know, you want to feel good. You know that, and you want to be generally healthy. You want to live to see your kids reach a certain age. You want to see your grandkids. You want to do certain things. But every single day, I watch people do things that would counteract that.
Oh,
They're not disciplined.
Of course.
That's just lack
Not
of
disciplined.
understanding how to be healthy, man.
And that's like priorities.
Their
Like the
priorities are
things
all
that they
jacked up.
put.
Like people that always don't feel good, I'm like, you don't realize you literally eat a piece of shit every day, bro. You're gonna have headaches a lot, nigga. Like women especially. And that's not me just targeting women. Like some women, come on, man, let me finish, man. Like women that get migraines all the time. I know that's probably part of just some like hormones or
I got a
something.
migraine right now.
Yeah, but I feel like if you cleaned up your diet though, like I feel like some gonna give, some will give. Or dudes like get stomach aches all the time. People always got some kind of pain or aching pain. Diet fixes almost all of that.
It's 80% diet, 20% life exercise.
Yeah.
Like if you can just fix your diet, because like me and Brianna went on a fruitarian cleanse.
That was weird. Brianna ate a sandwich one time with just all vegetables on it. It was the nastiest shit I ever seen. There was no meat, bro. It looked good. I said, damn. I was like, gotta be like some ham in there. She opened up like, bro, what you eating, a garden in that shit, man? It's the weirdest shit I ever seen in my life, bro.
But yeah, like they have different cleanses and that it reverses a lot of illnesses, diseases, diabetes, things like that. Like the fruitarian cleanse, I went on a high water fruit cleanse. And it definitely this is the lightest and most youthful I've felt since I identified as a youth, probably like high school. And most adults, we identify aging as something that's natural. It's really not. You don't really get old and die. You get sick and die. That's something that people really need to understand. Like nobody just gets sick because they were here a little bit longer than the next person. It's all about what are you doing and where are you at. Your environment and how you adapting and living within your environment. So like if you can like, and that's why knowledge is really power, not because it gives you prosperity to be able to go and get everything else that you may want, like the richer, nicer things in life. But if you're not stable personally, like for example, Kanye West, he need to take care of himself.
Fat.
He let himself go and he can't think straight no more.
Yeah.
So like that's not a coincidence. It's like, drugs, diet. That's all.
Opioid addiction though.
Those things. That's what you put in your body matters in terms of like how things go out. And a lot of people have, just because somebody isn't taking drugs, like you got it from a prescription or a street dealer. Our food, our air, our water, fluoride, different. Like there's so many drugs. People are addicted. If you talk like how you were just talking about diet. If you walk up to somebody and say, stop eating this, I'm taking it from you, you can't do it. Watch how mad they get.
Yes, big time.
That's the excuse every time. Tell why I can't eat. I'm like, all right, die. No,
People start shaking. They start having literal withdrawal symptoms. Like, you can't eat this for a month. And they'll just panic. They can't sleep.
Ooh, like when I stopped drinking soda.
That's first world problem
shit. God. It was just like, I just need a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. I had people come up to me at work. You don't got Diet Mountain Dew? I'm like, bro, no. Why? Well, fuck. The fucking Diet Mountain Dew fountain ran out, nigga. I don't know, dog. People. It's a first world thing, man. Like we so picky about. Like I catch myself sometimes. I'll be standing out like, what do I want? I'm like, dog, just grab some.
We're really picky about.
We eat for
stuff that
mouth
don't
pleasure.
matter.
We want mouth pleasure when we eat, instead of thinking about what it's gonna do for us. Yeah. Instead of thinking about how I'm gonna feel after I eat this shit. Like
Eat for sustenance,
Cause I got on this diet after I eat. On this diet after I eat, I'd be like, damn, I'm not super full, but I'm not bloated either. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm comfortable. Yeah. I got energy. I can use this shit.
Because I know
you eat like
for
a fat ass burger and
growing
fries.
up-
You like, ugh, fuck.
Growing up eating McDonald's all the time, I used to hurt, and nowadays that I've cut back on a lot of stuff, I feel a lot better.
Yeah, you
And
dropping
I-
some LBs, man. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I just try to change some things and get some stuff out of there, and it's definitely what you put in your body. And I started believing that just when you stop doing certain things do change, and that like you said, people die when they're sick and not because they're old.
Yeah, and
That's like 120. You're done.
Nah.
You're done.
You
You're
got
done,
some- you got
B.
some people out
Your
there.
organs,
I don't
your
believe
organs
that,
been
'cause there's
pumping.
people-
Your heart been beating for a long time. It's time to fucking go. Now you being an asshole. You hanging on, bro? Come on. You didn't live, bro. 120. If I lived to be 120, man, I'd be like, yo, I didn't watch.
Take
You,
me
you,
out
did,
the game.
you didn't watch people die. It's a lot of friends are dead. Nigga. I'm ready.
Everybody dead.
I'm ready to fucking go, bro. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm ready to go. And you probably watching another motherfucker get in the office. They ain't supposed to be there. After Trump, it's gonna get worse. So
I'm like the movie Life. You
yeah,
sitting
bro,
in
yeah. Just sitting there watching rotations. The motherfuckers come in and out. You probably outlived your kids on some weird shit. Man, I'm ready to go, bro. Fuck that. You heard about that guy? They got assisted death now. Like you can go. I forgot. I don't know if it's in Canada or something. You go there.
In Europe.
Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can go there. They'll kill you, bro.
That's trippy. I feel like nobody should really have that option because mental illness is too real.
Yes.
I feel like
But at the same time, like people could like it depends on the situation because like nobody talks enough in our societies now. Like, and people don't really understand the meaning of life. The greatest gift is life. As long as you have breath, you have hope. And that's not something that's like deep and like out there and something you gotta grasp. But it's like real, like you have a lot of power if you breathing. Like that matters a lot.
I heard that the other day from somebody. They said that you breathing, you winning.
Fucking
you
Buddha or what?
If you're if you awake on your own and you're walking, breathing, talking on your own, you are winning.
I was telling you that the other day. I said, man, you're doing good, dude. Like don't beat yourself up, man.
Yeah, I'm saying I've heard it. I've heard that the phrases so many times from different people, and it's the same phrase, and that just shows you how important it is.
It could always be worse.
Yeah, everybody's
always could be worse.
Yeah.
Nigga, it could be way worse.
Mindfulness and all
could
that.
be in fucking in the Sudan. You could be in fucking Siberia or some shit.
Health is wealth, as Pharrell said.
You could be in the Sundarbans. You know, they got tigers killing niggas every other fucking day over there. That's crazy. I'm talking about you walk outside, nigga, fucking 800-pound tiger sitting there ready to eat your ass up. Don't even eat you, nigga. Just swipe your ass. Walk off, nigga. And walk off, nigga. Don't even eat you on some disrespectful shit, bro. And people live with them motherfuckers. Like, you imagine that? Like, we're here, right? And there's lion, or I'm gonna say lions because that's scary too. Well, let's say we live right in Austin, right? But Austin had a lion problem, nigga. Like, thousands of
dreams
bitches.
like that all the time,
bro. What a nightmare.
There are mountain lions though, like up there.
Yeah, in California, bobcats and shit, man. Like, there's shit. We don't have those stresses though.
We got bobcats and boars.
We got shit like that in
we
Austin.
have bobcats and horse.
We have
hogs.
yeah,
we have
over
bobcats.
like Westlake, all over there.
We have bobcats.
That's why Texas
Bobcats.
State called the Bobcat.
Bobcat.
Hey, yeah.
Bobcat.
We have them. We don't have those.
Bro, you probably fuck with a bobcat unless they're like 90 pounds.
No, you can't because bobcats they'll fuck you up.
I fuck with a bobcat, nigga.
I seen a bobcat once.
That bitch jump on me. We rumbling, bro. It ain't taking me out. We rumbling, man. Fucking cat. It's gonna be the hardest meal he ever had.
Did y'all see that video of that guy that like jumped on that alligator because he was about to get his
That wasn't
friend?
real. That wasn't real alligator, bro. That was a plastic alligator.
No.
You saw how it floated off when he bowed it. It kind of just floated off. Like, okay. Nah, alligator would have slapped, fucking grabbed
You're
at him.
supposed to hit alligators on their noses.
I
like,
get
that's
it,
their
but
spot.
Ashley, come on. You watched that video, bro. You watched that video and thought that was
He
real.
came out the hammer.
Bro, first off, that was heroic as shit, but the alligator was fake. He got close enough. Alligator getting that close, he been grabbed that motherfucker. He's swimming faster than that. You're not seeing that motherfucker until you get on him either.
Sometimes you gotta play with your food.
Oh, okay.
It's taking his time.
That nigga wasn't hungry then, I guess. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna just kill this nigga slow. Then got people's elbow. No. Alligator gonna fuck both of y'all up. You gonna elbow that bitch first. It probably break your damn elbow because that was a dinosaur. You gonna break your damn arm on an alligator's head, nigga. I'm tripping. I don't know shit.
All right, times.
I mean, I didn't see the video.
Nah, fuck that.
To know.
Fuck that. We always end like 55
You're not really missing nothing,
55.
man. It's not important.
Bro, you're gonna watch him like, hey, that's a fake alligator because that was too smooth. He elbowed it and it swimmed off above water.
Yeah.
First off, that hoe's gone. You elbow an alligator, that bitch is tripping. It's swimming off, right? You're not gonna see it. And it's gonna splash before it goes. Nah.
No tail action?
Bro, no tail action. All Splash got was him elbowing.
There's really no point to talk about it. Like it's
Now that
not,
we're talking about it, you'll see
It was
We talk-
above water the whole time. I'm
just
like,
look up the video.
I watched
It's
enough
really
like
stupid.
Nile saltwater shit that bitch would have definitely, if it wanted to kill him, it would have definitely grabbed that nigga. He's swimming he's like doggy paddling, slow as fuck. Ben killed his ass.
So it was a crocodile.
No, it was an alligator. I'm just saying, like, I've seen alligator like attack videos and shit.
Oh yeah, that's.
So I'm an
yeah,
expert on that shit.
Yeah. You see when they put their hands in their mouth and they be like,
Dumbass
yeah.
niggas. And it rolls. And they're like, oh. You see that one where the guy was at like an alligator park. He tried to like be cool and touch on the head. And he grabbed his fucking hand. He's like, it's okay, everybody. You see he panicking like, somebody get a stick. Yeah, nigga, you're done for.
Yeah, you
He
done.
clamped quick.
Grabbed it. It was like, yeah, motherfucker. And I'm not letting go. They beating that bitch. It's like, no. I've been waiting on this nigga. I'm not letting go of his fucking hands, yo.
You think I don't remember what you did last
For real.
week?
You think you're fucking cool tapping me on the
I
nose?
asked you for chicken one time.
Yeah, one fucking time. I got you now, bitch.
Bring me roast beef again.
Bro, ripped his fucking hand off almost, nigga. You said, all right, one more thing before we get off.
Found it.
All right, watch it. All right, while y'all watch that, this fucking witch doctor said he can get alligators to not attack people no more. So he jumped in the fucking river with one, right? He's swimming around, like tapping the water, doing witch villager shit. All of a sudden,
He went back.
all of a sudden he goes on the water, right? He starts splashing. He gets yanked. That bitch kills him. It drags him all the way on the water. You see his bubbles coming up. Then the alligator comes up with that nigga's body and swims off. Like, yeah. Try that shit again, nigga. Right?
That's real.
Johari, right? It's not
It's
real?
real.
Ashley, you too fucking smart to be sitting here saying that shit. Johari,
That's
watch
real
it, bro.
as fuck.
Everything in my heart is
We
telling
watched
me
it
it's
twice
not
in a
real.
row.
You
But
want
like,
a part of you wants it to be real.
I wanted
but it's
to be-
heroic as shit.
but it don't look like he did he land on the alligator?
Even if
when
he
He
did,
didn't land on
Bro,
him, but
Johari.
he like did like a big ass splash. So
Johari.
the alligator was like, "Whoa!"
and it
type
swimmed
shit.
off above water slowly. Get the fuck
Just the way it crept up on him, like why did he
too
throw
slow.
The,
Why you
what
taking all day?
It looked like the alligator was friendly to begin with.
Like
He didn't
a
have
pet or
to jump
some
on
shit.
it. He didn't
Yeah.
have to hit the alligator.
And the dude jumped like on some Spartan shit, like posed in the air. I'm like, no.
Would you
nigga.
have did it?
If it was like
Would
my,
you have did
if
it?
it was one of y'all and the alligator behind you, I'm jumping up, but I'm not posing in the fucking mid jump while the nigga recording.
Ain't no one doing
Yeah.
no fucking people.
'Cause he trying to
elbow
hit him
on no
with the
fucking
elbow.
And the elbow wasn't even effective. It was like,
No.
like a, nah, nigga, I'm jumping in. Ah, and
He jumped
screaming,
on him
right?
like Mario.
Yeah. And I'm screaming. I'm like, ah! And he jumped out smooth. He's throwing rocks at it, stupid, bro. I'm grabbing my
He must
friend.
have hit the alligator good though,
He
like
was
perfect.
trained.
It must have been a fucking juvenile alligator, like a fucking teenager or something, because a adult alligator would have grabbed that nigga years ago.
And why
Been
couldn't
drug
the
his
guy get out the water?
Yeah, why you swimming like a fucking toddler, bro? Just died and fuck it. Yeah, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough of like urgency, right? A real alligator, you slipping off the rocks and shit, man. All right, well, that's our episode, man. It's pretty late. Rogue Land, man. It's another one in the books. Episode 6. Says.
It's 6, man.
Sexto.
Six guy. Hey,
Six
Drake's
God.
coming out with a CD soon.
Scorpion.
Yes, they said it was going to be double sided supposedly, so that should be
Real lit Drake. Push your
interesting.
T bodied your ass.
Yeah, why
I still
did
fuck with Drake.
he shouldn't have wrote a
Of course you do.
apology
You're light
letter.
skinned, that's why. I hate that shit. You light skinned.
But yeah,
You're
till
brown
next
as
time,
fuck,
guys.
Bubba.
It's my preference.
It's my prerogative, dude.
Till next time, guys.
Thank you, Johari and Bri.
Thank y'all
coming
so
on the
much for
fucking
coming.
show.
Yes.
Thank y'all for having us.
Bri wasn't on the show, but she was on the show. Where's Vine, son? All right. Hit y'all in a couple
Bye,
of days
bye,
with another one. Peace.
Bye.
Lot of guac on me, baby, I'm so extra. Yeah, lot of guac on me, baby, I'm so extra. Yeah, lot of guac on me, baby, I'm so extra. Lot of guac on me, baby, I'm so extra.
Guap, fly, stop, watch, drop, top, hop, scotch, flaming, daisy, bay, watch, flip, skill, trip. Ran out of words, mixing these birds from the suburbs. My cousins are killers, McGilla gorilla, I'm killing these birds. Murder. Riding the wave, girl, is you nave, niggas gon' love you. They don't. Smashing pads, baby, you easy, niggas won't cuff you. Nah. Hey, remember, health is wealth. Follow your boy on Snap, Pierre No French Show, Instagram, Pierre No French. Mixtape for my friends dropping soon. Yeah, that's a wrap.